Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today I'm very excited to be checking out the rocket ship that is Dune War for Arrakis. This is choose your side in the war between Atreides and Harkonnen. Muster your forces and employ your ... And this is where I shamelessly admit to you that I know nothing about Dune. I've never watched the original, I've never read the book, I haven't seen the absolutely spectacular new ones, and I haven't played any of the new amazing games. I am completely out of the loop on this. But, that being said, I still can experience the fun of this. And I feel like the main image definitely brings the fun here. Look at all that white background. Boy howdy, that just gets me excited. I love not knowing the player count. I love not knowing how long the game is. I love not knowing the ages for the game or mechanisms for the game, and just purely knowing nothing aside from the fact that it is a Dune game, and I think maybe it's 2 players because we're really highlighting red versus blue. This is such a lazy main image. Like, it's nothing here. And it's like, and once again, it's gonna sell because it's Dune, it's Simon. You know, I get it, but come on, at least show up. You know, this is like when you hear college athletes taking the classes like, you know, like basket assessing or something like that. Okay, anywho, muster your force and employ your unique strategies to rule over Arrakis. As always, this has already raised $462,000. It's only has 7 days left to go. They really wanted you to have that fear of missing out. You gotta get this one. You gotta get this one. There's only 8 days on it. But as always, when you go in the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go. Arrakis! Woo! This feels epic as snot, and I like that. Okay. So, someone might call me a hypocrite in the chat. I want to say it right now. I typically do not like when we just focus on absolutely nothing but story for like the first 30 seconds to a minute of this. But I feel like they're doing such an amazing job engrossing me and captivating me. The soundtrack on this is just top notch. That's who I want to give the big kudos to. I love whoever did the sound design on this so far. I'm eating out of the palm of their hands. Keep going. Woo! I have HBO Max. This makes me want to go watch Dune with my wife this weekend. That's happening. That's happening now. Just because of that sound. That was fantastic. There we go. Whoa! That's how we start off right there, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Cleric! Long time no see. From the designers of War of the Ring. That is one of the highest rated board games ever in the existence of all board games that have ever been made, and they led with just that. So, and if you know about board games, that immediately was like, oh, I feel like a lot of people that's for an instaback. If you don't know about board games and you're not that deep in the loop, hopefully they spotlight how popular War of the Rings is a little bit further on, and I imagine they will. But let's keep going. Once again, we're also spotlighting a variety of different minis on here. They look absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. We got the standees holding up the minis. You got flying minis. You got what looks like resources or huts over here. This is such a fantastically done video. It's almost like they make many, many multi-million-dollar Kickstarter. Like, they've just... Simon has mastered the art of the presentation on Kickstarter, I think, sometimes. It just... They don't hit it every time. But when they do, it's just that they're at the top of the craft, for me personally. I just... The videos... Ooh. Beautiful. Comes in asymmetrical. Boom. We're already dropping it. I wish we would have dropped that potentially at the very beginning, because I did assume it was asymmetrical, but just let me know, because asymmetrical, that's one of those buzzwords that everybody loves right now. Whoa. And I want to know everybody's opinion on this. I personally would like a voiceover here, but I don't not mind not having the voiceover here and just having the subtitles. But everyone else, let me know what you think about that. And I also feel like they're doing a good job of giving you a proper amount of time to read the subtitle, which is like, oh, duh, of course. No, I see plenty of Kickstarters where that is not something that you can do. Many pass, beautiful. Dude's on a map. Give me some Scythe vibes going on here. Love those vibes. I'm into the no voice also. I love the no voice. Okay, War of the Ring, number 10 on BGG. Thank you, Battlehaven. Yeah, like that's... Woo! I want to play this game. Gorgeous dice. Like, this is... They are scratching every itch I have with this. The only thing I want to know is a little bit about the pledge levels, but the gameplay, they're giving me a taste of it. It looks familiar, but different. It looks like it's, dripping with the Doom theme. Like, this is just top-notch video making. I can't get over how... This might be my video of the year. Maybe. This is... Woo! That's a cool shot. I do feel like we are potentially dipping a little bit too much into the gameplay and rules here. Let me know what you think about that. I feel like we might want to just pivot and just get... Because right now, I am at just peak excitement. And I would just love to get into what the price is and all that sort of stuff. Like, I'm already convinced. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm back. That's cool. What? What? Oh my gosh. I feel like we just watched, and I think it's fair. I feel like we just watched the equivalent of like a 3-hour Marvel movie there, where it's like, and they crushed it. That was great. That was amazing. Like Avengers, standing ovation. Impressive table presence, I'll give it that. To remind more Blood Rage, I also got those vibes as well. They were really breaking down the game concepts without going into the weeds. Just a bit of teasers to get you excited. Yeah, that Sean, I think you hit the head on the nail or something like that, however that expression goes. So 5,624 people have brought this to life, $462,000. So after the video, do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Now that one, Simon is, yes, I feel comfortable that this game will get made. Like, that is without a doubt not something that I worry about, because they have delivered product after product after product. And yes, they do have some outstanding projects. I know this one is. That one is. Not sure about that one. But I don't even consider Simon a Kickstarter company at this point. Just because normally with Kickstarter, it's like, oh, they have 3 projects that haven't been shipped out. I'd be like, whoa, that's something you want to know. Well, with Simon, it's like, yeah, that's because they just put up projects all the time. So can you do it? Yeah, I feel comfortable. And I'm not going to go through this segment. Normally I do, just, check the flaming dumpster fire to see if it's flaming dumpster fire. And some of them will be. Simon is a very hit or miss company with a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. And if I were to really go through all these, this section of the video would be probably 10 minutes in its own. So I'm not going to do that. And if you want to just Google, you get on Board Game Geek and you'll find people who are willing to complain about Simon. They will tell you everything you want to know bad about Simon. But can you do it is what I'm looking for. And yeah, I feel comfortable. As just a consumer, I see 52 created. I see 62 backs. I click on this. I see a lot of games that I know. I see a lot of brands that I know. I see games, Cyberpunk, X-Men, Marvel, Zombicide. Like, yeah, they can do it. Undoubtedly, can you do it? Yes. Do I want it? Yes, absolutely. One of the best videos I've seen all year. Ever, maybe. I'm not going to go that far this year. How much is it? Hopefully we don't beat around the bush when we get to the price. 2 to 4 players, ages 14 plus, 2 hours. Wow, I thought it was 2 players. That gets me even more excited that it's up to 4 players. I put that on the marquee. I know the white background is really, in style or something, but let's put that in there. From the designer, and once again, I put that in there too, for the designer of War of the Ring board games, the thematic strategy board game, Dunes. I would just put a little bit. Like, I love the fact that you're putting War of the Rings respect on the name, but I put just a little bit more for the new people. Because that's one thing I always notice as a content creator, is there's always new people getting into the hobby. My Munchkin video will always have people watching it, because there's always new people who are always discovering games. And so don't just assume people know what War of the Ring is. Say War of the Ring, the number 10 board game of all time, according to Board Game Geek. I would put that. Matt, I will just wait for retail. And Yogi Bear's bringing up a fantastic point right now, because that's the other double-edged sword of CMON. Yes, we know this game is going to come out, but we also know that they're going to probably mass-produce the living snot out of this, because let's be quite frank, this game is going to sell like hotcakes once it's released. They could have a huge Kickstarter, and then if they ship this thing at Gen Con, and they had, all the copies, it's still going to sell out, most likely. Because it's Dune. It's hot. CMON has been playing bait and switch games with shipping prices. Yes, shipping has been one of the things that we definitely want to keep our ears on here. Because the last few projects I remember being underwhelmed by the shipping. A Clash of Great Houses. So we're talking about the houses. Cool. We're getting more into the gameplay. This is all good stuff. A little bit more detail. I'm just looking for the gameplay video. Potentially a how to play video. That's cool. Love that mini. But I'm already convinced on minis. And just give me the price. Come on, give me the price. 110. Okay, big price. So, I would love if you just confirmed in my mind the size of this box. I'm pretty sure this is like a Vital Lacerda size box, where he makes a very, this looks like a Pandemic box at first glance, but I'm pretty sure it's actually, massively big. Or is this, what size box is this? That's always a good thing I'd like to know. At least roughly the estimate. War for Rest core box comes with 129 miniatures. Yeah, I go back to that main image, and it's like, what would we rather have here? 129 miniatures or blank white space? And these are gorgeous minis, no less. You have so many things that could be spotlighted in that main image, and we're just like, yeah, we're just going to throw up the box there. We'll throw that up. TI4 size box. Ooh. I didn't think of that. Oh, is it standing upwards? See, and that'd be great if they could just reaffirm, put another CMON game that is this same size, or just put any very common CMON game so I can know roughly the size of this box, because that's also potentially going to make the shipping price a little bit more palatable to me, knowing that this is a massive box. The box looks tiny, by the way. I hate CMON's new approach of not having any prototypes at all. No physical anything has been done yet. Ooh, 140 MSP for that box without context. Yeah, it looks Pandemic size. Not Vinhos, but with that many minis. Yeah, and so there's no way that it's a Pandemic size box unless these are unless they're going the Lucky Duck Games route and doing the absolutely dry, the super tiny minis that are in Destinies. If you don't know about those minis, go check out the Destinies minis. They're fully functional. They work totally well. It's just they're the teeny tiny ones. They're really cool. My kids love them. Components, 2 4-fold boards. That's fantastic. So this is going to be a massive play area. I'd love to know the size of these boards. I feel like little things like this in centimeters and inches, that just seems like a no-brainer to me. You're trying to sell me a $110 game and I haven't even got to the shipping. Why don't you let me know a little bit more about the components? What are the size of these minis? Yeah, you did a great job showcasing them in the video, but how hard is it to throw up the dimensions, or roughly the dimensions, or something like that? It's just the little things. It's just... Yeah, we know you can make a fantastic video. Why can't... Just the little details here. You're not crossing your T's and dotting the I's. This is good, though. 16, 6, 12. This is... So how many cards am I getting here? 36, 72, 92. Right around 120 cards. Rule booklet. Please beware, this is a work in progress rule booklet. I can click on it. Beautiful. Love that. Gameplay video.
Hello.
Awesome. Full gameplay on Tabletop Simulator. Yeah, I've thought about doing that. I just hate using Tabletop Simulator. But yeah. Okay. I would obviously prefer a physical one as well, as Sean said. But this is a full how-to-play video. If you really want to see if this is the game for you, they have a rule booklet, which looks like... Oh, it's already got the table of contentlets. Contentlets? That's a thing. Components. Okay. Here's the other thing, too. I hope they have a stretch goal that is a how to play video. I think that would be fantastic for a game like this. I think that is a stretch goal we need to see more in our hobby. Please. Just say, hey, Rodney, how much would it cost? We'll slap this on the end of that stretch goal. Say, hey, Paul, whoever you want to get. Get the war for Arrakis. Click here to play the demo Tabletop Simulator. Fantastic. Try it out. Once again, that might be something here, too. I'd love to see that spotlighted. And that's one we don't see spotlighted too often. Let me know. We got 22 people in the chat. I would love to know. Would seeing the fact that this is able to be played on Tabletop Simulator right now on the main image of a Kickstarter story, of a Kickstarter page when you're browsing, would that woo you a little bit more to checking it out? Or do you think that space could be better utilized for something else? Or do you think that just clutters up the space? I'm very interested to see what other people think. Oh, it's Gale Force and... Oh, it's Gale Force 9? Interesting. Oh, yeah, because I think Gale Force 9 has the Dune license, if I recall correctly. Okay. And yeah, this is not the first time CMON's done stuff like this. I remember they did, there was like a Munchkin they did. They've done a couple things like this. And it's a really smart business practice because you get to put out IPs like this. I mean, hell, look at the op. And the op, whoo, they got it down. They got all those licenses. Note that anything marked with the tag is an exclusive item for Kickstarter backers. Wait, what was, oh, so there's more down here? What am I looking at? I haven't seen that tag. Oh, here we go. Stretch goals. Regular extra scope, so we're getting extra mini. Does this come with a card as well? I hope this comes with a card. I can click on it. What is it? Oh, is this going to be an update? Oh, no. Are you just going to have an update every stretch goal? So it comes with, is it a card? So no card, it's just the mini. We're just trying to tell you what extra sculpt. This is not adding extra figures, so this is going to be more variety of miniatures that you're going to have on the board at a time. So instead of, there would be 3 of a generic mini, now there might be, 2 of a generic mini and then a Harkonnen. So that's great. That makes the game, I think, a lot more thematic, and I think that's a really great one to start with. I almost never actually click the Tabletop Simulator link, but I think it's a definite nowadays. I hate fiddling around on Tabletop Simulators, so no, not a draw for me. Leaders come with cards. Okay, thank you for the info there, Robert. All right, so this is a figure. Oh, and you know what? Actually, I think they did a great job here. Figure and card. And then and it's clickable. Okay, I might let me know it's clickable. That's great. So I could click on it, go to the updates immediately. This is, and we're just adding more minis and more cards, and these are micro stretch goals because 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. And with how this is going to be a rocket ship, so they're trying to hope that they can maintain this momentum over the course of 7 days just by having tons and tons of these minis. They're not doing daily unlocks. You're going to unlock them by buying the game. Okay. No draw for me. Tabletop playthrough in time consuming. I don't have time to demo all the games I should do, let alone Kickstarter ones. Yep. I'm in that same boat as well. 3D villagers. Oh, those are gorgeous. I want that. These are really great stretch goals right here. And now this makes me even more curious about the box and how this is all going to work. But let's check out the pledge levels. So there is no $1 pledge level. You want to sit on the fence? You're going to have to do it manually. Get Ben. That's annoying. At least throw in the thank you. Harvester pledge. Shipping costs will be calculated and included in the pledge match. So $110. We got 4,095 people. Congrats to them. That is a huge, massive print run to start off with. Knowing, guaranteeing that you're at a 4,000. No, they're going to print way more than that, though. Because obviously, it's just the price goes down as you print more. Based on the past experience, we'll be charging shipping after the Kickstarter concludes based on the actual cost incurred to ship. We will be collect this VR Pledge Manager after the campaign ends using PayPal or Stripe. This is so we can be fair to all backers, as shipping is rarely one size fits all. And also so there's the other thing as well. I always like it when I wish they would have interweaved all these miniatures in that one area right after the $110, because that's the sticker shock. It's like, oh, all right, $110. But I think they could have even got me more excited about the stretch goals. And I think the stretch goals are really well done by just having this, with that. But it's like, oh, Kickstarter exclusive. Oh, so that's why. So that's the dealio. So these ones will never be anywhere else, maybe. Okay, so cool, whatever. I don't care. Who cares? I mean, I guess there is a lot of people that care because there's a back market for selling that sort of stuff after the fact. So I shouldn't say that. But I don't feel like most people are really that distraught about it. Keep in mind that the ranges present are for most regions. All right, just get to it. $48. God damn, what the hell? Oh, God. What? $48 to $58. That's like half the game. Do I pay taxes as well? For more information, see shipping section. Wow. And that shipping price sells me on waiting for retail. Ding, ding, ding. Daniel wins the cookie. Wow, yeah. And this is really the sword that they're up against. We all know we can get this after the fact. Like no one's, I don't feel like anyone's like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this now or else I'm never gonna be able to get this game. No, so it's like, that's, wow. So do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. How much is it? Solid. I don't think the 110. I don't think that's the issue. I think that's the issue. Also the fact that I don't know the size of the box, which is annoying. Hopefully, and I've seen them do this before, they have a really great graphic of roughly what the shipping is going to look like down here. In the box, nope, not doing that. Most likely probably because they don't know. I guess because this is their whole thing. We're going to hit as many stretch goals as we can, and so you're going to add more and more and more and more boxes to your game. And it's a brilliant business model. It really is if you think about it, because all those extra boxes that they're making are just like little things. Like, I'll grab one right now for you. I'll show you one. This here right here. This thing right here. I'm going to guess that this was probably something that was a Kickstarter exclusive. And this is the kind of thing where if I were to go sell this on eBay right now, I could probably get 10, 15, 20 bucks for it. I won it, I think, at a convention or something like that. But this was probably a Kickstarter stretch goal that just came in your massive box of stuff when you ordered A Song of Ice and Fire. And it's a really smart business practice. It gives you promos that you can hand out. It gives you prizes. It gives you things that you... It's just... But, whew, that shipping, oh my... And I understand they're trying to protect themselves, but wow, that is rough. The project is custom friendly. Kickstarter runs retailers, things, stuff. Yeah, cool. Let's check out the FAQ, the updates, comments. What is the size of the miniatures? Why do I have to go to the FAQ for this? Around 28 millimeters. What? And then converted to inches as well. I know millimeters is the way that they all do miniatures, but still the majority of people from here are from the United States of America. So just be cool. Like 20, yeah, imagine, because the shipping everywhere else is, that's rough as well. What are the refund policies? We can refund you within 14 days if the campaign ends. How can I avail the traditional simplified Chinese, Korean, and Thailand language editions? Where can I pay for shipping? Can I get the name in different languages? Okay. Got it. Does the stretch goals box need to be solo? Therefore, 2 boxes. I don't know. They didn't say it. Maybe someone who's ordered more CMON stuff would have a better idea of it. Because I know, I mean, I've seen all the pictures. If you're watching this channel, you might have seen them on Facebook of people posting their insane boxes they got it from CMON, where it's like the box is taller than their child or taller than their car or something like that. So we got, it takes a village. So what is this? We got 12 comments. So this is really just talking about stretch goals. That's the whole focus, I'm going to guess, of most of these updates. What is the scale of the character models? What is the scale of the and that? Yeah, that's just that he didn't do. He wasn't trying to like, oh, what is it? What is it? It's just that's Kickstarter does that sometimes. I think it's when you're using Facebook app or iOS maybe. Buildings, but won't these be the same? We don't want Duncan, Idaho. We need a swordmaster. Okay, so these are just people chit chatting in here. They're not responding to any of it. This was just posted today though. All right, let's check this one out. Let's sample the winds of the future. Okay. And this is literally just all information on the stretch goal, which is, it's fine, but it's like, it's not really that engaging. And you can tell that by the amount of comments here. And that really, I do think, is a misstep, because if they're trying to get buzz around this, they obviously want to stay at number 1. And I think they're probably going to stay at number 1 until next Tuesday. I think they might get knocked down to next Tuesday, potentially. But engage people. Like, the people here are willing to pay stupid high shipping costs. I'm not saying the shipping cost is stupid, because I don't know the size of this box. You don't know the size of this box, because they did a piss poor job of really conveying the size of this box. So I can't even comment on that, but it seems like a really high shipping price. But once again, I imagine you're going to get tons and tons and tons of miniatures. This is what the stretch goals are. But engage these people. These are people who are willing to pay $160 for a Dune game. You don't think they wouldn't chit-chat a little bit about what future stretch goals they'd like to see? How hard is it to ask that? But let's check. Is there any engaging updates at all? Are they all just cold, heartless, CMON feeling projects? Updates. 7, 6, 4, 10, 5, 8. Let's see what the most popular one is. It's 10. Because we really engaged our 5,641 people really well. Bravo. 10 comments with 5,600 people. I mean, come on. That tells me you're not even responding to their comments. You just have these pre-posted messages you're throwing up, and then you add, like, what is this? And this, some flavor text. Dang, I was going to read some new books. Any possible? So this is just people talking about the project, and they're in fact asking a question. And you just this was 21 hours ago, so it was relatively slow. But it's like it just feels heartless. 28% of the backers are at 1%. Holy God! Wow. Okay, so I now take back my original statement where I said I thought that this would probably drop down below the most popular game on Kickstarter next Tuesday, and I take that back because I have a feeling since this is seeming to do pretty well, they're going to hit it more stretch goals, more stretch goals, more stretch goals. That being said, I really feel like the presentation of the stretch goals they've hit, aside from the stretch goal area, wasn't great. But yeah, I think this one's going to do very well. Its corporation hire a media campaign manager to respond, Simon. Haha. Yeah, it's like, come on. Like, the little things. Crossing the T's and dotting the I's, what I said earlier. These updates are just cold, heartless. They're functional. They tell me what I need to know, but put a little bit more in here. Get me engaged. Get me excited. And respond to people. Come on. I know I'm late with my torch and pitchfork. I love when we start a Kickstarter comment section with that. But how are these shipping costs actually justified? I am fully aware that shipping is not what it once was, but this seems a bit extreme. As much as I'd like to be excited for this campaign, I know myself well enough to know that I'll cancel my pledge close to the campaign, ending when I have to make a final decision. It's a shame, really. And I agree completely. And you know the way that they could have fixed a lot of this? Show us the size of the box! Like, give us an idea. Someone mentioned it's the Twilight Imperium 4 size box. And if I see it's that size box, I'm like, okay, that seems like a much more reasonable shipping price, $48, because that's a massive box, and I'm getting all these extra expansions, which are going to come in different size boxes. Show us what these stretch goals are going to look like. Convey to us how large this box is going to be, and I feel like they did an atrocious job of doing that. And I feel like that's why they're getting blasted so hard for the shipping, when in actuality, at the end of the day, at the end of this project, it might not be that terrible of a shipping price. Now, it will be a great price. No, probably not. But it's still, wow. I am out. Heating bill at $1,000 US. Ooh, sorry, Michael. Interview with this person at wargamer.com. Great. Good thing Walter is doing the PR for them, trying to get people hyped. Hello, like that feels like the kind of thing in an update. Oh yeah, by the way, the designer Francisco Nepotillo did this thing at wargamer.com, and we want to know, like, what would you like to see? Or just CMON has no intention to fix it and make it right. No change on their part. This is going very slowly. I like the IP, but the self-damage that CMON has done in the Marvel Zombie campaigns will not be easy to recover. Yeah, it will not be easy to recover when it doesn't actually feel like there's anyone doing customer service in the updates at all. It just feels like just someone, an AI that just randomly drops. Boom. Hey, we made this a month ago. This is going to be stretch goal 6, stretch goal 7, and that's pretty much what it is. Like, it doesn't feel like there's anyone behind this project, and it's not to the goodness of CMON. Let's say this. Well, justified is a perspective term. They justified them by saying the increase in freight and packaging costs, but freight should be paid for by the cost of the product, like it is for the brick and mortar stores we would buy a game at. So charging backers the increased freight instead of working into the cost of the product or eating it, as a lot of companies are, is where perspective comes into play. That being said, the $30 reduction in the pledge is offset the increase in shipping. This is a mouthful. I just want to see if they're actually responding to anything. So here we go. We got one collaborator. $60 estimated shipping, that will probably go up, is mighty steep. It's more likely to go down like it did with Cyberpunk. I wouldn't say that will probably go up. We feel confident in our estimates, and they should not change unless major unforeseen world events take place. Okay, so they are in here responding. Good. Cool. It's weird. It looks like they hired people to come in here and do that, which I've been recommending a lot of people do. I think that's a fiber level that I should probably offer, that I just don't. Okay. Woo, it's a doozy. Final grade for Dune War for Arrakis. Do I want it? Yeah, the video. One of the best videos I've seen in a very long time on Kickstarter. Fantastic. Had me chomping on the bits. Dipped my toes into the components. I know why War of the Rings is fantastic. Like, I know that War of the Rings, oh, that's amazing. This is a great game designer. I don't feel like they did a great job showcasing that in any other way, shape, or form. If I don't know what War of the Rings is, I say, okay, scroll. And I feel like that's a missed opportunity. I definitely feel like that is something they should have highlighted. Put more respect on that name. Do I want it? Yes, still. Can you do it? Yes. It's CMON. There's baggage. baggage for days, and part of that baggage, in this particular campaign, comes in the form of the how much is it, which is hard to really get a good grasp on. And it's your fault. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. What the hell size is this box? How big is this box? How many boxes are there going to be? You're getting blasted for shipping because you're not telling us what's getting shipped. You're like, 129 minis are getting shipped. Cool. In this pandemic box? Are you going to put them in a blender before you ship them to us? How exactly is this going to work? And it's mind-boggling that the people at CMON, it's just like, yeah, it's fine. I feel like that meme where it's on fire. And they're like, it's fine. Like, what the hell? This is such a lazy Kickstarter. Like, it's just so many... And it's not a lazy Kickstarter page, but there's so many things in here that just feel either lazy or they're just like, we don't want to deal with this. We're going to hire some... Like, and that also feels like that. To be fair, they'd probably be blasted for shipping, as a lot of vitriol is just carrying over from Marvel Zombies. Haha, so predicted this. So final grade on this. So let's slap a grade on this. Do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Yeah, you can. How much is it? I can't get a firm grasp on that. And especially knowing that you're CMON, and knowing that I can go pick this up at Gen Con, or I can go pick this up at Origins, or hell, probably Miniature Market at some point, and not pay $48 for shipping. I mean, it's a hard sell. Like, that's... So I'm going to go with a... Man. I think, who was it? Somebody just said it. No reason to back. Just pick up retail and save money. Brandon, like, I just feel like that is so true here. Like, and I hate to say that. I hate that, because it's just... I love Kickstarter. I love the idea of Kickstarter, but I feel like CMON has just got to the point where I'm like, yeah... Why? Unless you absolutely have to get the game before it goes wherever it's going to go after this. Nah. I'm going to go with a... man. That video's a full point grade bump up. Just... Also, I think the stretch goals, half point grade bump up. So we're not talking S, we're not talking D's here. That's just tomfoolery, because they absolutely crushed it with a lot of things. But I'm going to go with a C-. This project could have been so much better, and I think it could easily have been so much better just by giving your customers information that is obviously information you know we need, and yet for some reason you're not giving it to us, and there's no explicable reason for me to understand, because you've made 52 other Kickstarter projects. It's simply inexcusable that things like this still... Like, what the hell is the size of this box? I'm going to go C-. I'm going to get the hell out of here before I dip it into a D, because this video, whoever made that video, whatever part of CMON, whoever they hired to do that, woo! Kudos to you. Fantastic. Same with the sound design. Beautiful. But I'm going to go with the C- here. Let me know in the comments below, what is your final grade for Dune War for Arrakis? If you're enjoying the content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below. Bye-bye.